And then I talk about the mega trend, right? So the next one is how BIP is going to help. So before I introduce the detail of the BIP, I summarize a model. So what kind of enterprise platform need, right? So this is a 4-box model. So the future enterprise platform should definitely have a very strong global business core, because you need a business core to establish the unified process, data, and governance. No matter how many countries you operate, you have a strong and unified global core. And next one, you add your country flavors, right? It's about your local compliance in different countries. So that's why the enterprise platform should have the capability to handle those country rules, like payroll, like language, like tax, like legal reporting, right, et cetera, et cetera. The list is pretty long, right? And the third one is the platform should have the agent or the intelligence capability, part of the platform, not just as an add-on or side-by-side agent or the AI functionality. The intelligent agent helps to plan and execute your business outcome, right? And the fourth one, but actually this is, the ranking doesn't reflect the priority, right? So the trust and control is extremely crucial. So because we are talking about the enterprise application, the data accuracy, you do not allow, 99% of accuracy is not good enough, right, from the enterprise perspective. So that's why security, permission, audit, and AI governance should be ensured by this platform. So that's why we established our BIP's platform vision, which is one platform, one data foundation, with many, many countries and many, many agents orchestrated together. So let me bring this architecture picture. That's how BIP is going to realize our product vision. So underneath, that's our platform layer. The internationalization capability are built part of the platform. For example, the multilingual, multi-time zone, currency, data format, the data security, data privacy is part of the platform. We also have the translation workbench to extend the existing language, right? And we have those localization extension capability to enable our partner and the customer even to build new countries if we have not supported the country yet. And then based on the platform, we have the so-called core application layer. This is related to the global core. So that's the standard engine, which is unique across different countries, right? So the major engines are the accounting engines, taxation engine, depreciation, and payroll engines, and even the bank connectivity with your local banks. And then on top of the core application layer, we build the localization layer. Localization layer has the purpose to handle the differentiation across different countries and regions, right? But looking at the application domain, the most heavy localization area is financial tax, as well as human resource, right? And there are several logistic complex countries. So for Brazil, for example, India, right, when we move the stuff across the jurisdiction, we will trigger the nota fiscal, we will trigger the taxation, etc. So that's why logistic application area will also have certain localization effort, right? With all those capabilities, we orchestrate for the global operation, right? Our system supports your org structure modeling for your global company, right? Multi-legal entities, multi-organizations, and then support for the global consolidation, for the financial reporting, manage the global workforce, manage the global supply chain. And then I think you all have heard about the Young Work and the Young Zoo from the morning keynote speech, right? So we add those intelligent capability on top of localization architecture, which is going to orchestrate all the agents and even the customer-specific agent for the global operation. Now, I will try to accelerate a little bit more. So with regard to the data privacy compliance, so basically it's embedded into our platform, right? So we offer the consent management, data anonymization, data retention, right? Marking the personal informations, and even handle the cross-border data transfer assessment. And all the application layers, all the 10 applications like supply chain, like human resources, procurement, expenses, all support those data protection embedded. And then I think every local user wants to have the local user experience, right? Language is important, so that's why we have certain language as a standard language out of the box. Those certain mainstream language actually covers more than 100 countries. We are still expanding based on the customer needs, but language is not everything about the user experience. It also relates to the different color scheme, different user habit, right? Even for the text direction, I think we do have quite a few Arabic-speaking countries customer, right? They read from right to left, so that's why we also have the right to left capability part of the BIP. And then that's the official country list, right? We call the country or region version to ensure the legal compliance. Basically, we are going through those quarterly release schedule to adding the countries step by step, right? If you look at the Greater China region, it's Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Macau, and the APAC country will have APAC region will support more than 5 countries. That's Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, and in EMEA, it's UAE, Saudi, Germany, and Hungary. Right? In America, we support Mexico and Brazil. So those country and the region versions, putting together the required core capabilities plus the localization capabilities, right, all together, and those AI capabilities to make sure the business process and the local best practice can be smoothly run in those mentioned countries, right? And one more example is the finance localization. So in the finance area, I think the major localization area is the tax management, right, for the different tax regime, those tax type, tax rate, tax determination, right? We support GST, SST, or the VAT, of course, right? And invoicing is related to the compliance as a transaction labor, right? As I mentioned, that the tax authority is trying to collect data more real time. So that's why we also built the global e-invoicing platform supporting multi-countries. And then, last but not least, I think statutory reporting is the legal mandate, right? You have to disclose your financial reporting, your P&L, your balance sheet, or your cash flow statement. So, and we offer the global financial reporting tool, right? If you have the customer specs need, you are not happy with the template we have delivered, use the global financial reporting tool to fine-tune your the existing template. And in the extra localization, I think it's even more heavier than the financial and tax, right? So different countries will collect slightly different employee data, right? Different IDs, marriage status, tax, or the contributions. And then they have to calculate those local payroll and the social insurance, right? As well as the leave and attendance compliance. And I think the last one is also the same, the statutory reporting, right? Because I think the local labor law across the country and the regions have more difference than the accounting standard, right? Because the IFRS is the international one, but for the human resource, it's more diverse. So here I have also to highlight the one AI use case, which is part of our HR and the recruiting cloud. That's an AI interview. So this is a very mature AI agent, so proved by 500 clients, right? And the total interviews on this agent is more than 2 million interviews already. It supports 11 languages in 14 countries, right? So it's widely used for the campus recruiting as well as the professional hiring, even the frontline blue-collar hiring. So, and try it out if you're interested for the AI interview use case. So here I would like to bring one demo to connect all those global capability, local capability, and AI capability together in a single venue.
The Global E-Invoice Agent helps accounting managers manage e-invoicing more efficiently across all supported countries. Through natural language conversations, it supports sales and purchase invoicing, B2G and B2B transactions, full lifecycle management, and autonomous operations. This demonstration follows the journey from visibility to action. We'll begin with a global overview of e-invoice activity for the last 30 days. The agent has monitored 491 invoices across 8 countries. Of these, 486 are already valid, while 5 still require further action. Looking at the country-level data, we can see 3 pending invoices in Indonesia and 2 in Singapore. This gives us an immediate view of where action is needed. Let's take a closer look at those 5 invoices. In Indonesia, the 3 pending records are new sales invoices generated by an upstream process and have yet to be submitted. In Singapore, 2 earlier submissions were interrupted by a temporary interface timeout. The underlying invoice data remains intact, so the issue can be resolved through a straightforward retry. Rather than opening multiple local systems and handling each invoice individually, we can simply ask the agent to process all pending invoices. The agent submits the 3 Indonesian invoices and the 2 Singaporean invoices to the relevant tax platforms, retrieves their latest statuses, and brings the results together in a single view. All 5 invoices have been processed successfully. They are now valid, with no failed or unresolved records. The corresponding email notifications have also been delivered automatically. Now switches to the Singapore customer's mailbox to confirm delivery. Following successful processing, the SG customer has received emails confirming that the e-invoice was issued. The message includes key reference information, with the e-invoice attached. Opening the attachment provides the complete transaction record, including the document type, submission status, customer and supplier details, tax information, and totals. To close the loop, let's refresh the dashboard. All 491 invoices are now valid, with no pending items, errors, or submissions in progress. Every outstanding invoice has been successfully cleared. The Global E-Invoice Agent gives accounting managers a more efficient way to manage e-invoicing across countries. Through a single conversation, they can monitor invoice processing, address errors, and take actions improving efficiency while maintaining consistent visibility and control.